at the real deal now. Gonna kick this sorry ass out on the street. What you got? You used to think you own the street. We'll pack your bags and your ass is dead meat.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Lowdown Show, episode 93, right here on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, your wrestling podcast that talks about NXT and the WWE and No Holds Barred on anything we say, pun intended. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at No Holds Barred WP. You can follow myself at Real Kyle Masters, and you can follow my co-host at Corporate Cappy on Twitter as well. If you want to follow us on Instagram, No Holds Barred WP is where you can find us on there. If you want to listen to us on the go, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Spreaker is where you can find us. Spreaker is a glorious podcast app that's available for all Android and Apple devices. It is free to download, free to make a profile, and allows you to chat with us when we're live on the air, especially like this episode, The Lowdown Show, right when we are live. And then if you want to watch any video versions of the podcast, we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/NHBWR. You can also find 2K content, unboxings, and other videos like that. So go check it out. Hit that subscribe button and the bell icon for all upload updates. I am your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters. And always on the Lowdown Show, I am joined by my co-host. He is the blissful boss, Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy.
Still getting over this corporate cold I had, so bear with me.
Corporate sick Cappy, I think we should say. But yes, he's still getting over the cold. He might cough a little bit. He says he's going to try his best to turn the mic off when he needs to cough. But if he can't and he can't get to it in time, guys, just bear with us. You know, it's something we can't take out.
My
live.
condition does not.
Your condition is not allowing you to do this wonderful podcast properly.
Exactly.
And speaking of wonderful, NXT tonight. Wow.
Was that 5 segments they had on the show tonight?
I got a big smirk on my face because I'm just so happy because I know now, and I say it every show, I tweet about it, but I know NXT is the fucking A show of the WWE because what they just produced in 1 hour's time beat out whatever the fuck WWE had planned this week on Raw and SmackDown. What a shit show the main roster had this week, man, with either people not showing up and with heavily pushed scripted promos that, like, you're supposed to do better in WrestleMania season. Now you're just like, what? Huh? What they did with Roman and Vince on Raw, they got, I threw all the Roman fans in a loop. And, they all freaking were on the Roman bandwagon going, oh, you see, guys, he's pretty good. He's not Vince McMahon's guy. The whole thing they did with Vince even saying that, or with Roman saying that Brock's Vince's guy. Are you fucking kidding me? They really made him say that? They honestly think we're idiots. They think we're idiots.
They're just trying to get Roman over so badly.
I just love it because it's sad because he's not ever going to get over. It's so stupid.
They're trying to, and they keep doing this whole Brock Lesnar's not showing up thing to try to get him heat, and it's not working.
The one smart thing they did, which is actually pretty funny and ironic, they suspended Roman Reigns this week. Now, John Bravo has come out today and said that the full video of the details pertaining to Roman Reigns, because apparently he's still in this scandal, even though there was a bunch of Luther Reigns crap, it's going to be released Friday, the whole video. And if it's true, that this storyline suspension is ironically going to make sense.
Maybe that's why they did it, in case that this came out.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But, like, oh, man, if it does come true, what the fuck, man? You have no other choice but to put Nakamura and Styles as the main event. You have no other choice.
Oh, you could put Braun against Brock.
This tag team, or this tag team he's going for.
It's different. Like, it's like they don't have a tag team division right now. It's not like the tag team division is being used at all, which sucks because they have like the Revival and the Club on it. Braun's the only guy I could see holding both tag team titles at this point.
But at this point, too, I can't see Braun. I think they're going to go full force with this tag team thing. I honestly think they could put the Universal title match in the same spot as it was last year, if this comes true, in that slot where Goldberg and Brock was, and they're just going to do something quick, like Samoa Joe returning, and they're just going to do they can do another quick 4 to 5 minute match. You know what I mean? It's not going to matter anyways. People still know fucking Brock's leaving the company as soon as WrestleMania is done. So what the fuck does it matter? You don't need to build the match up anymore.
They want their Universal title being their main title that ends the show. It's their number one title.
No, if this thing is true and they have to legitimately suspend Roman Reigns, it's not the main event anymore. It's done. They're going to move it. I wouldn't doubt if they put Nakamura and Styles. They have to at this point, even if Roman and Brock are still on. Why wouldn't you put Styles and Nakamura as the main event? That match is they're gonna try to put on as good of a match and as much of a 5-star match as they can compared to their Wrestle Kingdom match. Why wouldn't you put that the main show? That's gonna set the bar. You put that earlier in the card, every match after is not gonna measure up to it. That's a bad idea. Like, people are gonna look at other matches going, okay, like, what the hell? Like, we just saw maybe the match of the night, probably the match of the year, and then you're gonna follow it up with other shitty matches that won't even live up to it. And then there's those stupid rumors, and I don't know why you people actually try to believe it. There's rumors going around that the mixed tag match is going to be the main event. Are you fucking high? The match is not main event WrestleMania. Are you? If you sit there and honestly tell me you think it's going to happen, you're huffing the same pain as all those the dirty Kool-Aid drinkers, the Sam Roberts out there. You're in the same line as them. Just saying. If you think that mixed tag match is the main event of WrestleMania, please rethink your decision and really think about it. Regardless of what the card looks like, and this is definitely a huge card so far. This is the most stacked card in the last couple of years. That match is not the main event of WrestleMania. Let's all tone it down a little bit here.
Challenge, right?
Yeah. Okay. The mixed match, that mixed match, like I'm talking about the Stephanie and Ronda match. How do you put that in the main event over a Cena Undertaker that could potentially be even worse? That has more potential. You were saying that
the mixed match challenge.
No, I'm talking about people. The rumor is that there's a stupid rumor going around that the Stephanie and Ronda mixed match tag team match is going to be the main event of WrestleMania. Right.
That's still bad. I wouldn't even take that either.
Yeah. Anyways, the main roster this week is absolutely tear. SmackDown, what else are you going to say about SmackDown? SmackDown is the same crap we get every goddamn week on SmackDown. It's dry, nothing leads to anything. Okay, I thought the Uso and Big E thing teaming up was pretty cool, and I kind of like that tag team feud. It's very confusing what the hell they're going to do with Shane, Kevin Owens, and Zayn. Everyone's got these theories everywhere. It's like we still have to work it out, but like literally we have 3 weeks to Mania. You should be already set in stone now what you're going to do, not leaving us confused until the next week when we're sitting there 2 weeks to WrestleMania next week. So the only good thing I could pull from the main roster this week was Cena's promo on The Undertaker. That was really out of left field and very, very well done. So that's the only thing I could say good about the main roster this week. NXT just killed the shit out of it all, like the entire show this week. It was good from start to finish. I can't believe they packed that much shit into NXT tonight in a 1-hour show. Incredible.
God, I didn't. What was it? 5 segments they had?
Yeah, 6. 6 if you include matches and segments. 6.
Wow.
Yeah, in a 1-hour show, and they do it so well. And a lot of people complain, oh, the matches aren't long enough. I'm like, they don't need to have long matches. You don't need to have long matches every match at every show. They do it for a reason. You think about when Monday Night Raw was in its prime back in the day. I'm talking like Ruthless Aggression era. Matches weren't that long back then either, and that's what made the show good. They got what they needed to do, and they built story. They don't need to have long 20-minute matches every match and every feud. Getting a little sidetracked here, but joining us in the live chat, like I said before, guys, if you want to join in the live chat, all you got to do is download Spreaker. Fantastic app, guys. You can download for Android. You can download for Apple phones. It's free to download, free to make a profile. It allows you to chat with us. Like we got Tiffany from Dadass Podcast in the chat. What's going on, Tiffany? I was a co-host on their show last week, so go check out their channel. They're on YouTube as well. And go follow Tiffany and James, the other co-host. She says NXT was freaking lit tonight. Yes, it was. We got Cupid Girl 125 in the chat saying the Purge has consumed NXT with darkness, and I've consumed this podcast also with darkness. Thank you for joining us, Cupid Girl 125. I also got Michael Chow TV, another fantastic wrestling podcast, guys. He reviews Raw and SmackDown. If you love our podcast, you'll love his. He is also on Spreaker, so go give him a follow on there and follow his new Twitter account, Michael Chow TV. But as for that, before actually, I'll save the plugs for the end of the show. I was supposed to do it in the beginning, and I forgot, so we're already 9 minutes in, so I'm not going to do any more. So I'll wait for the end of the show to do the plugs. So let's just jump right into it. NXT, again, like I said, really big episode this week. I also said episode 93 of the podcast in the intro. It's 94. God, we're so close to 100, guys. 6 episodes away for the 100th episode of the Lowdown Show. I don't know what we're going to do for it. Still trying to think of something what to do. I don't know if we're going to do a contest or what, but almost 100 episodes, man, of the Lowdown Show. It's crazy. And we're actually getting to the 4-year mark of our podcast for since we've started. Almost at the 4-year mark, man.
Oh, you said Mark.
I am Mark for NXT. Huge mark for NXT. And this episode of NXT was highlighted by the two Dusty Rhodes Classic matches. One match we kind of skeptical why it was a first-round match. We were thinking that maybe they should have met up somewhere in the tournament, but it is what it is. It was also highlighted by the NXT Championship contract signing for TakeOver New Orleans, and a UK Championship match between Adam Cole and Pete Dunne, which was really highly anticipated. And actually, I forgot actually before they announced it on the show, and Corporate Cappy forgot it was even happening tonight. So very, very good match. We'll get to it when we get to it. But we open the show with Sanity versus Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss. Round 1 of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. Moss and Tino not really much on the same page after what happened their last match. Riddick Moss basically costing Tino's last match. One thing I want to say about Tino Sabatelli, and you're probably going to love this. I can see this guy, if with the right push in the right direction, he could be actually a good, huge heel if he ever got called up to the main roster or even in NXT. I'll give it to him for sure. I can see a lot of potential in him.
He's got that good, cocky, rich guy persona.
He's got the good look, man. He's decent in the ring. Like it's not like he can't back it up.
He gets good heat, too. He's got to get rid of fucking Riddick Moss because he's an absolute bum.
Yeah. So this was a decent back-and-forth match. Eventually, Moss tried to cheat while the ref's back was turned, but Nikki Cross took advantage of being at ringside and cross-bodied Riddick Moss to the ground. And
way to go, Nikki.
And it allowed Sanity to hit their finisher on Tino, basically screwing him over, and they picked up the win. So Moss couldn't go in and save Tino because he got cross-bodied by Riddick Moss. So basically, Riddick Moss costing them the match. I love the outcome. I love that even if it was this quick, it made sense for what it needed to tell. Again, guys, matches don't need to be that long. I loved the fact that it was a quick 5-minute match. It told a small story in the ring. It gave you the story of Tino and Riddick not being on the same page and Sanity continuing their dominance in the NXT Tag Team division. So I liked it, and all signs are pointing towards probably going to get like a first match. I don't know if they do pre-show. I don't do pre-show matches at TakeOver. Maybe like a first match of the card of Tino versus Riddick Moss. Or maybe they'll do it on the NXT taping of New Orleans.
What is this Gargano and Ciampa level feud, man?
No, I won't say it's like that level. It's there though. It's like like a couple inches from the bottom. But it's interesting. So as like they're ending that, and Tito's looking like sad, or not sad. He's just looking pissed off. Tommaso Ciampa just walks out, and those two leave the ring, and the crowd is just filled with Johnny Gargano signs, like the white pieces of paper with his logo on it. Almost every single person had it in the crowd, and they did a very nice camera shot where they zoomed out on Ciampa and they just showed the entire crowd, and almost every single person was holding up while booing Tommaso Ciampa. So this was really well done, very good camera work. Did
they pass out those signs to the crowd? They must.
I'm assuming so, because there was a few last time on the last episode of NXT. There was a couple of them, so I'm assuming they handed out more to make it look good. I think maybe someone brought the signs in, and NXT Creative thought it was a good idea. So midway through the taping, they went and asked the guy for the sign and made like 1 billion photocopies to hand out. I could see that happening, but the crowd chanting Johnny Wrestling. Even again, like saying like last week, preventing Ciampa from talking with all their boos. And a lot of people compare this, or want to compare this to Roman Reigns. It's completely fucking different. Okay? Roman Reigns gets the heat of people saying, I don't like Roman Reigns, I don't want him on my TV. Like he gets like the hate of like a non-wrestler heat. Like, get off my TV, I don't want to see you anymore. Tommaso Ciampa gets the heat of legit freaking wrestling heat, just like booing the crowd of what he's done, like storyline heat. Like, the crowd knows what he's done to Johnny Gargano and how much he screwed him over the past year, and that's why they're booing him. Not the same boos. There's a huge difference here. Yep. I don't know why people want to compare the two. They're non-comparable. But
people like Ciampa, but they boo him because of what he's done storyline-wise.
Yeah. That makes sense. People boo Roman Reigns because they can't fucking stand the guy being shoved down our throats every goddamn year and having a year after year of coronations. You don't see that with Ciampa. Okay?
And the thing with nowadays, like, it's hard for heels to get booed by lots of people because usually heels are loved. But like Tommaso Ciampa with his storyline, he's so good that he's getting booed because people are that pissed at him. Even people that would typically cheer for heels, like he's getting like heat that people don't usually see anymore, because usually, like I said, heels get cheered by the goon fans out there.
No.
But
he had a couple of those goon fans. There's a couple people chanting Psycho Killer.
But usually it's like half and half nowadays. With like you see like Owens or
no, this was
Miz.
like maybe 4 people chanting Psycho Killer, and the rest of the people booing because it was all, again, like I said, storyline booing, not because they don't want to see Ciampa on TV. They're booing him because of what's going on in the storyline with Gargano.
Exactly.
It's a
And
big
just like
difference.
last week, I wasn't on the show last week, but the guy literally didn't even have to say a word the last 2 weeks, and he still got unbelievable heat. Like, that guy is going to be a very good heel. Like, I could see Tommaso Ciampa becoming a top heel, or at least a really good mid-card heel, if not on NXT on the main roster, because this guy is literally got the crowd in the palm of his hand with booing him. He doesn't even have to say a word.
And he's got the psycho, again, he plays up to his nickname, the Psycho Killer look, the beard and the bald head, and he dresses very grungily. It's a good look, man. So
people are wanting that Blackheart shirt, and what did he tweet last week? Like, no one can have it or something?
Yeah.
What a goon.
So yeah, it was very good work by Ciampa in selling the annoyance. He's letting the crowd get to him, and he kept like pacing back and forth. He eventually drops the mic, leaves the ring. He starts walking along ringside to a chorus of boos and people holding the sign in his face. I think a lot of people wanted him to rip it out of his hand and rip the sign like last week. Ciampa sucks chant happening. He goes up on the stage and the crowd just sings at the top of their lungs that Na 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 song as he's leaving. It was just like the perfect way to end this segment and sway away from it. It was perfect. So again, I'm hoping eventually we're going to see like Johnny Gargano dashing out of the stage or from the crowd eventually and charging Ciampa once he goes back to the ring. I'm assuming he's going to go back to the ring again. They're going to keep doing this until Gargano shows up, and that's going to set up the unsanctioned match that I predicted. So we'll see what happens. I'm really looking forward to these two going at it, whatever they decide to do. So I can't wait. Can't wait for this feud, man. This led into Lacey Evans versus Dakota Kai. Lacey embracing this new heel turn that she's done, but the crowd were fucking crickets for her. Like, there was no one booing or cheering. When she came out, people were like, oh yeah, her. Yeah. Oh. Yeah,
that's how I feel every week.
Yeah. She needs to elevate her character if she's looking to be more this heel. Or she's just going to keep getting buried. Like, she's got to elevate her. She's got to do something to elevate being a heel, or even when she was a babyface. She does nothing. Like, she has the character. She's given, whether she's a babyface or heel, but she does nothing to elevate it. She does nothing to get people invested in her. So I think she needs to do something here. Dakota Kai comes out. It's her first televised match since her last match with Shayna Baszler and that cringe arm spot, if you guys remember. If you don't, go check it out. I suggest you get prepared to cringe, though, if you ever look at that spot again. Oh, man. I still cringe to this day thinking about it. But Dakota Kai back, and it was a very quick match. This match lasted maybe under 3 minutes, and we got, or actually under 2 minutes. We got a roll up out of nowhere by Dakota Kai, and she picked up the win. So it's a plus for you, Cappy, for your Lacey Evans losing here. It's not like it fucking matters.
Sure.
Because the big
really
story
don't
here
care.
was what happened after. And after the match, Shayna Baszler comes out, and I'm like, okay, now we're going somewhere. I thought that was going to be it, and I was going to be like, okay, why the hell did we just have that match? But this is why. Shayna Baszler comes out. She has this big stare down with Dakota in the corner. Looks like she's going to beat the living crap out of her. Backs her up into the corner. And then Ember Moon comes out. Finally, Baszler's been looking for Ember Moon for weeks now. And she finally gets to have Ember Moon come out. She gets in the ring with Shayna. Ember has a mic. She gets on the mic and says, "You really want to do this again? It doesn't matter if I have one arm or two arms. You started this. I'm going to end it at TakeOver New Orleans." Again, like I said, a big side to Ember that's breaking out, and she's breaking out of her shell. Now, this is the Ember, and I tweeted about this, is the Ember that we've been wanting to see for a long time, and I'm so glad we're getting that Ember Moon now. And she's getting that more of a dominant look and that more of a fighting champion, man. Like, we need to see this at Ember Moon, because we didn't really see that before. So I'm glad we're getting more out of it with Ember Moon. Like, I'm really looking forward to what else she's going to bring to this division here. And it sucks because I hear rumors that she's going to be on a call-up list soon. I really don't think that she's really that. It's her time to get called up. We need to groom her more in NXT, I think.
Who?
She just won the title. Ember Moon.
Oh.
There's rumors of her getting
drafted.
drafted.
The title to Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
Do they give her another? Do they do a third match between the two?
I mean, it'd be the rubber
like
match.
you said, SmackDown needs help big time.
Yeah. It's tough.
Or if Asuka goes over to SmackDown, if she wins the SmackDown Women's title, then maybe Ember Moon could go to Raw. But
Yeah.
you know that they like to call up people sometimes
I know.
prematurely.
It sucks. I don't think it's their time. I think they should wait. In my opinion, I'd wait till Brooklyn to call her up.
I think Peyton Royce and Billie Kay should definitely deserve the call up. I mean, they've been in NXT for fucking like 3 years now.
Yeah. Yeah. And Cupid Girl, she says in the chat that she likes Lacey's new attitude. I think it's a good attitude and a good way to work as a heel. She just needs to elevate it. You know what I mean? She's got to get people to hate her because right now she had crickets coming out. So people are not as invested in her. If they want people to invest in her, she's got to elevate her game. But anyways, Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler both brawl with each other. Very, very physical. Like they're like ripping each other apart, like ripping each other's hair out. Like this was intense. A very, very intense brawl. The ref gets into the ring, like two refs in the ring, and they try to separate it, but it's very, very tough. Like they have a hard time separating these two because they just wouldn't let go of each other. And then Shayna actually cheap shots freaking Ember right in the face, and oh man, it was that a brutal cheap shot. Ember Moon eventually gets up. She reverses a clothesline and then kicks Shayna Baszler in the face. Goes up to the top turnbuckle, tries to set up an eclipse, but Baszler counters with a kick, and Ember's kind of strung up there. Baszler attempts to lock in a wrist lock, but out of nowhere, Dakota Kai comes in and kicks her in the face, which allows Shayna's arm to get free, and then Ember Moon hits the one-arm eclipse. She had an eclipse with one fucking arm, proving to Shayna that I can beat you with one arm, like as she said in her promo earlier. So really great way to end the segment. Finally, Ember on top over Shayna Baszler, which is she's been billed as this dominant, kick-ass female in NXT. So I thought this was well done, and it adds more intensity to their feud, which is leading to their championship match at NXT TakeOver New Orleans, which was officially announced tonight as well. So that's going to be crazy. I can't wait for this feud, man. It's going to be very, very intense.
Sorry, I'm just replying in the chat.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll move on here. Heavy Machinery versus Street Profits, another round one matchup of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. Both teams very, very over with the crowd here. Again, we both thought that this should have maybe not happened in the first round. I think maybe they should have met up maybe in like a semi-final matchup. I think this was a little bit too premature, but it is what it is.
Like I said, both teams needed a boost from this tournament, I feel. And I feel like if there's one critique I have, I feel like the way they did the bracket for this tournament was very poorly done.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have been very much better put together. And these two teams, I like both these teams, so I was upset to see one of them lose. Mm-hmm. And like both of them, I think, should have had a good showing in this tournament and at least going on to the second round at least.
And because they're not doing it now, I think we should have had Heavy Machinery and AOP go at it in the first round, and you should have had Heavy Machinery beat AOP in an upset win in the first round matchup. That should have happened. And then Street Profits could have beat Tito and Rick and Sabatelli, and then that's when Heavy Machinery and Street Profits meet each other in the semifinal. I think that's the way they should have done it.
Yeah, I didn't like Heavy Machinery or Street Profits losing in this match, so I really was against this matchup from the beginning.
Yeah. But both teams, again, like I said, very over with the crowd. Was very looking forward to this match. Street Profits are my pick. I picked them before the tournament even started. Very funny moment with the cup, beginning of the match with Otis. Montez Ford went to go drink, and Otis was like, "I want some of that." And then
he drank from
Montez
the cup.
Ford was like slowly like creeping up to give it to him while sliding on the ground. Gets it, and he drinks it all. Like after the crowd's like telling him to drink it. And then he threw it up. He did the thing, threw it up in the air while Montez were looking at it, and then clotheslined him. From there, Heavy Machinery basically dominated the match. And after a while, Street Profits they started to come back a bit. Heavy Machinery tried to do their finisher, but Ford breaks it up. Ford breaks it up by pulling the rope down for Otis Dojovich to go over the rope, and then Shane. Oh my God, Angelo Dawkins got Otis to the ground, and then Montez Ford hit that huge splash. Man, the air he gets on that splash is incredible. And they pick up the win here. My boys picking up the first win. But then they're going up against AOP in the semifinals.
Yep. Good luck with that. The Authors of Squash.
It should have been a first-round matchup, but Authors of Pain and Street Profits now in the semis. But this match was decent. I like this match.
Yeah, but like, where does Heavy Machinery go from here now? Like, I thought they wanted to push these guys.
I don't know. Maybe the Heavy Machine or the War Machine match. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know how you have Heavy Machinery even cut a promo. Do they come out and cut a promo and War Machine debuts? I think they want to do that.
They keep losing.
I know. But as of now, I don't think there's enough room on TakeOver. If not say make TakeOver New Orleans really stacked, I don't think we get Heavy Machinery versus War Machine until after that.
I don't think War Machine's debuting yet.
To
me, it seems like they'd be overshadowed because New Orleans card looks way too good to even have them on there.
I think there's going to be a lot of matches on that card too. So again, like I just said, I think it's probably going to happen after maybe. But It sucks for Heavy Machinery, man. They were a good favorite for this tournament as well. So we moved on here. We had the UK Championship between Adam Cole, baby, and Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight. Crowd very behind Dunne, man. As soon as he walked on stage, they're chanting Bruiserweight at the top of their lungs. I think I could hear Bruiserweight over his theme song. That was insane. He's very, very over. This was a very highly anticipated match. I was very looking forward to this match. Undisputed Era were at ringside for this, causing shit in the beginning of the match already for Dunne, as Dunne went out of the ring and had a stare down with them. Dunne with his joint manipulation throughout the match as always. He's so good at doing that, and with a guy like Adam Cole to sell it, it looked even better. You got to have a good guy to sell those types of joint manipulations as well. It's one thing for Dunne to do it and look good doing it the way he does it. You also have to have a good seller, I think. So I think they had a good job in Adam Cole selling that joint manipulation shit. I texted this to Cappy. I'm like, I would love to see these guys go at it on a pay-per-view match. They would probably just tear the house down, man.
Probably foreshadowed something tonight, but
yeah.
And the thing with Pete Dunne, like, I don't know if he's actually breaking the guy's fingers, but my God, it looks like he does.
That's what I mean. He does it so good. He makes it look good, but it's also a good job by the guy selling it to like be an insane amount of pain, or the way to move out of the way at the correct time so it actually doesn't look like a serious move. Like, because we know it's wrestling. We know it's not all real, but they make it look so real, and it's so crazy. Especially with the shots you hear, you hear these shots from you could probably hear it all the way down the Full Sail from Atlanta with these shots they're trading each other this week, man. Yeah,
but Pete Dunne is just so throwback, old school. He's really mixing the old and the new together and making a hybrid, his own hybrid style, which is awesome.
It's great, and he's young. He's so young, man. The future of him with this UK title is just the sky's the limit. It's going to be awesome.
Sky's the limit, eh?
Yeah.
I had a dream, I had made it. You said it. I wasn't going to go there.
So many hardcore back and forth moves, like I said, man. The one spot I remember when Pete Dunne was doing that one spot where he jumps, he does I don't know if it's a moonsault off the corner turnbuckle, but then Adam Cole super kicked his head as he was coming down. Oh, man, that was nuts. Dunne tries to set up a bitter end, but the Undisputed Era tried to interfere. And they're staying on the rope, so Dunne got pissed off and went out of the ring and attacked both of them, knocking them to the ground. Dunne came back into the ring and got super kicked by Adam Cole, and then Adam Cole hits this brainbuster on top of his knee. And I forget what Mauro Ranallo called it, but that was probably the most near fall of the match, man. I thought it was over from there. I'm like, oh my God, they're actually going to give the title to Adam Cole here. I was going to be shocked, because I thought I would at least see a spoiler and one would pop up somewhere, but I didn't. So I'm like, oh my God, maybe they kept this so secret. But no, it was a very, very near fall. Dunne tried the bitter end again, but Fish and O'Reilly eventually jump in the ring and attack Dunne, causing the DQ. I think this is smart. It's a way to not make any of these guys look bad and to have a proper finish. I think it was a good idea to not have a proper finish. Again, it may be, like you said, it's foreshadowing something, because we had Undisputed Era gang up on Dunne, and eventually your boy Roddy Strong comes out.
Yep.
And he tries to save, but the numbers game end up being a little bit too strong for them. But then they find a way to fight off the Undisputed Era and have them running back up to the stage. And they're left in the ring standing strong. after it, Dunn and Strong had a stare down with each other in the ring, and Strong extends his hand for a handshake, and Dunn gives one of those taps on Strong's shoulder. I guess Ronald said it was his way of showing respect after those two had a match for the UK title not so long ago. So this was really good.
I like that. I like Pete Dunne not going like full babyface here. He's still like, I'm still the badass. I'm not nobody's friend, which is awesome. I don't want Pete Dunne being somebody's friend anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a triple threat match, like, my God, take my money. That's gonna be match of the night for me.
It has to be. They're gonna put up such a good fight if those three go at it for the UK title. Oh man. Oh, take my money too. Like, give it. We're gonna have to find tickets. I'll pay whatever a scalper is gonna charge me. Like, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Well, even if I don't go, I'll be excited to just watch that match because it's gonna be.
I'll probably be like how I was in the chair with Gargano's match at your house that one day.
Yeah, that was nuts.
So we thought that was the main event because actually Ronaldo made a mistake and said that was the main event, but we had a contract signing for the main event for the NXT Championship between Aleister Black and Andrade Cien Almas. Regal already in the ring. Guy's ever been a great GM for NXT, man. There's no comparison. The guy's going to go down as one of the legendary GMs at NXT as NXT grows into the future. Talks about the championship match at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. It'll officially be Black and Almas, and they're going to have a contract signing for it. Very small table. Awkward-looking small table, and there was reason why, but at first I was like, that is the smallest contract table I've ever seen. Like, what was that? Was that the table they used for the WLC match? Had to have been. And introduces Aleister Black, so good honor. There's a big honor right there, being introduced by William Regal, especially that way. He's like, against this man. And then he had a big smile on his face, and Aleister Black came out. Almas eventually gets called out, too, and Regal had like, and against the champion, Andrade Cien Almas. And then Almas' music hit, but then only Selena Vega came out. So I was like, oh, what's going on here? And this was funny. From then on, this was probably like the funniest, greatest segment of all time. Vega says that Almas is not here tonight. Black even looked like under the table for him, under that small table, to see if Almas was under there.
Yeah, it's not. Maybe Vega would be under there, but not him.
Yeah. Black continued to ignore Selena Vega and then did one of those talk to the hand things. Grabbed the mini WLC table, moved it out of the way, and then did his pose in the middle of the ring. Black had a mic. He then says, "At least now we're on the same level." Like, Almas was just cracking out the short jokes all segment. Like, this was fantastic. Vega signs a contract and gives it to Black, saying, like, you don't want to sign that. It'll be your biggest mistake of your life. Crowd starts chanting, too short. Whoop, whoop, too short. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, too short.
Crowd was amazing. Black says he's not here tonight, or Almas is not here tonight because, like you, he will, at TakeOver New Orleans, he will come up short. And
you kept making fun of Zelina Vega for being short.
Yeah, and compared to Almas, compared to Aleister Black, he doesn't even measure up. They just cracking out the short jokes left and right. This was so good. Vega slaps Black in the face. Black laughs, signs a contract. Hands it to Regal, starts walking around ringside, and goes, "I'm so happy that you came out tonight alone, Vega, because I didn't." And then out comes Candice LeRae. Candice wrestling. Oh, man, I was like, what? Like, I know that really, like, threw me in a loop. Like, I had no idea that she was even going to be there. And then she came out running to the ring and starts brawling with Vega all over the ring. And I guess you can call that her finisher, that corner bulldog. Basically, I think it wasn't that Trish's Stratosphere.
That was a Stratisfaction, but
Stratisfaction.
She did it from like the middle rope in the middle of the turnbuckle, not on the turnbuckle.
Well, Vega's pretty short, so you can't really go up to the top rope.
Yeah.
But she's left standing tall. We ended up in NXT in the main event with Candice LeRae, Candice Wrestling, standing tall. That shows a lot of faith in what they have with Candice LeRae. And I'm thinking all signs are now pointing towards a match with Selena Vega at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. I think that's what we're gonna get.
If we get that match too, that's gonna be a really good match.
Again, I think this card is gonna be very stacked. But wow, that was an interesting way to end NXT. Very, very interesting. Are we gonna have a mixed tag match before TakeOver New Orleans between Black and Lorray against Almas and
Probably,
Vega?
like they've been on this mixed tag train for a while, so I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah. But that was awesome, man. Kenneth LeRae looking great again. I don't know what the hell Sunny was all about when she said those comments. Definitely huffing some paint. But NXT, very, very good show tonight. Very good show.
I still can't believe that they fit 6 segments on the show in an hour. Usually they don't go an hour. Sometimes they go like 45 minutes and just end it. Was this the end of the taping?
No. This is the second or third week of the taping. I'm pretty sure they do. I think they at least do. I'm trying to think because sometimes they do 3, sometimes they do 4. I think this is a 4-weeker one because it leads up to TakeOver New Orleans. So this is, I think, the second week it has to be the second week because there's 2 weeks left of NXT. So this is the second week of the 4-week taping.
So have they announced anything for next week then?
No, actually, they're probably going to have the other matchup for the thing. Dusty Rhodes Classic. Why the hell did I forget that name?
He's just a common man.
That's a good theme song. I love Dusty's theme.
I love it.
Yeah.
But usually they announce like 2 things that are going to happen next week. We didn't get that this week.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas we're still haven't heard anything from Cupid Girls' Love Crush, their Velveteen.
Oh yeah,
Dream.
Velveteen Dream. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some of that next week. Again, NXT doesn't like to repeat everything every week. They fit what they need to in 1 week and they fit the rest in the next week. That's what I love about the show. Yeah, Cupid, I think it is going. I heard it's going back to Full Sail next week for the last 2 weeks. So that'll be. But
this was probably the most packed I've seen in NXT taping in a long time. So
that was great. And the crowd was good. The crowd was great. Anyways, I don't have any list of 10 moments. Do you have any off the top of your head?
Oh, I've got plenty.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. So let's go. Guys, it's that part of the show where we have the list of 10.
10.
You know what? You know what happens? You know what's gonna happen? You just made the list!
That's right. Welcome to the list of 10. That part of the show where myself and Corporate Cappy have our superstar one way of the week that makes the list or gets a perfect 10 rating. And we'll go with this week with none other and start off with Corporate Cappy. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that. I don't know what the hell that was about.
On that, it was a cheap, easy way out, and I feel like it was just like it was in poor taste, in my opinion, and I did not like.
Sorry to cut you off, but your mic was, for some reason, it didn't show any levels for the last 15 seconds there. I'm not sure why. Do you want to just? Yeah, it's back now. Do you want to just repeat what you said a little bit?
I was just gonna say, like, I thought it was in very poor taste for what they did with Alexa basically picking on Nia's weight. Yeah. I did not like that at all. I felt like they could have just done a lot better job instead of taking the easy way out with that.
Yeah, that wasn't right. That wasn't right.
And I still don't understand Mickie James' heel turn. Like, we still don't have any fucking reason about why that happened, like, out of the blue. And now Mickie James is like Alexa's best friend. All of it. It's just, this whole triangle thing right now is just. It's making me give my head a scratch because I have no clue what the fuck is going on, And then Nia just like came in the back and started like losing it, like Nikki Cross style. It was just like
Yeah, she
I
tore
felt
the
like
dressing
they-
or Braun Strowman style. It's like,
So
we
we
already
had
seen that.
we had 5 minutes of Alexa making fun of Nia's weight. So Alexa Bliss, I know it wasn't you. I love you, but for whoever scripted your freaking horrendous backstage, promo thing,
You know what? You just made the list.
It's sad. I don't know why. Like, why did they do that? Again, it's WWE. WWE's known for bullying, but this was literally over the line, way over the line.
like I don't know. To me, they took the easy way out instead of actually building a good storyline with her and Nia being best friends.
I want to give a honorable list moment before I list mine to people, or to Luther Reigns. Man, I don't know how you're involved in this steroid scandal, but apparently you are too. And you were
the guy
confused for a
looked like he
bit
was
for
on
the wrong
steroids.
Reigns.
The guy looked like he was on
At this
roids
point, who
back then.
cares though? Why has he got to be involved in the video? What the fuck? He's not doing anything.
Oh yeah, and side note from that list moment, Nia Jax facing Joan King, a random local jobber. Like, who cares? Why is Nia facing jobbers again?
And she's gonna go up against Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I really
That's
don't care
supposed to
about
make
that.
her look credible going up against Alexa Bliss to face Joan King,
I really
a
don't
local
care about
random
that.
jobber.
I'm going to give another honorable mention before I list mine again to Michael Chow mentioned it. Shane McMahon, what the hell was he doing on Raw? Wait, what were you doing in the Gorilla Position? It was Raw under siege. What was going on there? So honorable mention. You make the list. Shane McMahon. My first list moment of the week. Wow. WWE and the Ronda Rousey situation. She was booked for Raw. Again, this is like the second time this has happened. Not sure if the first time with Brock Lesnar was scripted or they made him. There were still mixed reports on if Vince McMahon actually sent them home or Brock actually didn't show up. But Ronda Rousey was actually supposed to be there on Raw, and they even put on WWE.com, which now they've taken the article down, that Ronda Rousey was supposed to be booked for every Raw going forward. Now they took the article down, and she missed Raw this week. You know what the best part is, what WWE did? I don't know if anyone's seen. It's very funny. WWE handed out mini Snicker bars to the crowd on Raw because Ronda wasn't there as a sorry.
Oh, thanks. Give me Snicker bars.
What? Hold on. Oh, yeah, Ronda's not be here tonight. We're sorry, guys, but here's some Snicker bars. What the
Yeah, you're not.
That's the
you when you're
cheapest
hungry.
fucking thing in the world. Snicker bars.
Like, yeah. That's
Are
supposed
you
to make
kidding
her-
me?
That's supposed to make us not angry that she wasn't there.
What, at WrestleMania when they make Roman and Brock the main event and we get the most obvious fucking finish in the world, they're going to hand out Snicker bars as I'm leaving? Oh, we knew it was really obvious. We're sorry for a shitty main event. Here's a fucking Snicker bar. Oh, yeah, thanks. That just paid for the whole trip right there. I don't even care that I wasted money to see that crap, but because you gave me a fucking Snicker bar. What the fuck is wrong with these people? So for there to be handing out Snicker bars and Ronda Rousey missing out a Raw when she was supposed to be there, her obligated date.
You know what? You just made the list.
Are they trying to get her heat like Brock Lesnar now?
I don't know what the hell's going on. She's not supposed to. They're supposed to be the baby faces here. The fuck is going on?
Oh God.
Anyways, what's your next moment?
I might have like 4 this week because there was a lot I liked and a lot I hated. But my 10 moment this week is gonna go to the Bludgeon Brothers this week. I really like what they did, going all the way back to Fastlane with them interrupting the tag team title match with New Day and Usos, and then this week with them going up against the put together team of Jim Uso and Big E because the rest of them got destroyed. Xavier Woods might have like a broken spine from what happened to him on Sunday.
I don't think he's gonna wrestle ever again.
I don't know. He was doing some good selling there with his convulsions or whatever. But I really like the momentum the Bludgeon Brothers have, and I really like how they've pushed them. And I really think they're going to become the next SmackDown Tag Team Champions is the way it's looking. And I love their entrance. I love their outfit. I love the way that they're actually pushing these guys now. Luke Harper is a very good wrestler, and I'm glad they're finally using him, even though he's in a tag team with Rowan. But I really like how the tag team is still they still have the core of what Harper and Rowan were always about, but they've just elevated and like evolved their character. So for the Bludgeon Brothers this week for absolutely destroying Jim Uso and Big E and the rest of the Usos and New Day faction during Fastlane, they get my perfect.
10,
That is right. All right, my next moment of the week. It's a perfect 10 moment, and that is going to John Cena's promo on Monday Night Raw. Because that was the only good thing that happened on the main roster this week out of both shows, to be honest. Even though my boys Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn looked good on SmackDown, did really nothing for me because we don't have a outcome out of the storyline. We don't know what the hell's going on. It kind of looks like they don't know what the fuck to do. They're just kind of playing it by ear. But it goes to John Cena and that awesome promo he cut on The Undertaker this week. It's still very confusing on what's going on here. Again, with another thing that's still up in the air, and we're like 3 weeks out. Very, very attitudinal promo, I could say, put it that way. I love the part we went to the crowd and drank the dude's beer. That was pretty awesome. I mean, my TV service provider cut out for a bit, so I didn't really get to see that part. But I went back and watched it, and he even did that goon thing where he's like, "Let's go, Roman," and no one chanted with.
That definitely was not scripted. He definitely went off script with that.
Yeah,
he's like, "Well, I tried."
Oh, that's great. It just goes to show you, Vince. No one gives a fuck. Anyways, gets back in the ring and just cuts the most attitudinal promo on The Undertaker, bringing up that he's been working on his wife's Instagram and hiding on there so you're not old and decrepit or you're not. It was just so good and very, very well done. Now it's leading all to the speculation that Biker Taker is coming back now, and who knows what the fuck's going on. If Taker doesn't come back, I don't even know why they even had him do that. What was the point?
Crowd went nuts when Cena finally said, "I challenged the Undertaker."
That's
to
twice.
A match.
That's twice he's done it. He said that like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago on Raw. Why did they have him do it twice if it's not going to happen?
Well, the one 3 weeks ago was kind of like a half-assed one. They're like, "Oh yeah, they won't let me do it," but then this week he's kind of like, "Screw it, I'm going to say it anyway."
No, he did say 3 weeks ago, "I challenged the Undertaker." Then he's like, "And that is not going to happen." But he said it. So he's had him said it twice now. That's twice he said that.
Yeah, but because
it's going to happen.
Because he said he accepted it last time. Now he doesn't accept it anymore.
Yeah, Michael Chow bring up a good point here. That was pretty funny. Cena calling The Undertaker an egomaniac when Cena has made the last month about him trying to get to WrestleMania. I hope if Biker Taker comes back, he brings that up and shoves it back in Cena's face. It only makes sense that they would bring back Biker Taker in that sense because these guys can just have the most savage promo on each other. You can't do that with a dead man Undertaker. So.
And I'm pretty sure he retired the dead man last year at WrestleMania. Remember,
so we thought, right? I don't know what the hell is going on with this. So. But for Cena putting up a pretty good promo, going off script a little bit, and a lot of people would agree, but I think the Roman Reigns thing, like you said, was off script. But for that entire promo, John Cena gets my perfect.
10.
Yeah. And
oh my God, I've got 2 more list moments if you want to keep going, but
I think we need to get to the tweets.
Okay, I'll just throw them in real quick.
Throw them in really quick for honorable
mention to WWE's. Porks used to try to get Roman over with this whole Vince McMahon segment, trying to get him over. That was trash. Yeah. Getting him suspended. And the other one is this whole fucking Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Randy Orton trash fest for the U.S. title. Don't care.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was bad enough seeing Orton and Mahal for the WWE title last year. Why the hell would I want to see that again for the U.S. title? And you throw face Bobby Roode in there.
Face Bobby Roode is probably the worst thing ever. I
love Bobby Roode. He's one of my favorites, if not my favorite male with AJ Styles on the main roster. Yeah. And he's just... I can't get behind him as a babyface. The whole Bobby Roode character is not a babyface character. It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. So?
Yeah, especially not giving list moment to Dillinger being the deputy freaking or whatever the hell it was on Sunday.
Deputy Dillinger. I'll give him. I got to play the sound too for Deputy Dillinger getting some ring work here, being on TV, and the crowd was actually behind him. He gets a perfect
10.
That's right. Gotta give it to him.
I thought you give that a list moment for them making him a fucking deputy.
At least he was on TV, right? And he didn't wear a deputy costume, so I'm okay with it.
The perfect pre-show.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get into the tweets, guys. Let's get into your tweets out there. We got Cupid Girl 125 tweeting the show. She puts, "Here is a reenactment of SmackDown Live's main event was," and it's a security guard getting attacked by a bunch of little ninjas. And lastly, This is the reenactment of NXT's main event, and it was 2 girls having a cat fight gif. I think she did a Raw one, but I think it's in a different tweet, so I apologize. Keep it girl. Tiffany from Dadass Podcast tweets in the show. Go make sure you go give him a follow, guys, on Twitter and YouTube as well. She was, here we go, Cappy, here's my tweet. What are you guys looking forward to the most at NXT TakeOver? To me, it's Gargano and Ciampa, to be honest. That's my number one thing I'm looking most forward to.
Well, I was until they teased us with this triple threat tonight.
Yeah, is that like your number one?
Probably. If it's Strong, Cole, and Dunn, that would probably be my favorite match.
Okay.
Although I do love Gargano and Ciampa, I just think with those three guys together would be incredible. Way better than these triple threat and fatal 4-way 6-pack challenge bullshit that the main roster's been putting on lately.
Yeah. Her next question, what signs are you making, and will there be a Dadass Podcast sign? Unfortunately, we're going to be way up into the rafters at WrestleMania, so I don't think anyone's even going to see, or even if you squinted your eyes, you probably wouldn't even see us up there.
The only sign I would make is if I was meeting somebody, and I think we're going to make a Dillinger sign.
Yeah, we are, and if a lot of people don't know about that, we're making a sign for Ty Dillinger to sign at Access, and it'll say in Canadian conversion, we travel whatever kilometers just to see Ty Dillinger, the perfect 10, have him sign the sign, and I'll laminate it when we get back, and they'll probably go somewhere up on the podcast wall back here or something.
Yeah. That's probably it. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not getting to meet Alexa or Sasha, so I don't need to bring a Marry Me sign, so there's no point.
And 3, do you think there will be any surprises at NXT TakeOver?
I mean, like you were saying earlier with War Machine, but I just think the card's way too stacked. I think they need to debut when they actually have a lot of eyes on them, because that card's going to be way too good to even debut them, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unless they're going to debut them after the tag team match.
Yeah.
Like,
other than that, I think it's stacked enough that we don't need surprises. I think we're good enough without it.
Like, when's Drew McIntyre due back? Is he...
Oh, he could make a surprise, and maybe he comes in a run-in maybe after the Almas match. Maybe something like that. I think they'd probably save it for after, though. I don't think he'd get a big enough pop, though. You know what I mean? I don't think it'd be a big enough reaction.
What about EC3, since we haven't heard anything out of him?
I think maybe they set up a Velveteen Dream EC3 match. Maybe Velveteen Dream comes out and has an open challenge, and EC3 answers it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's all I could think of right now.
Yeah, Cupid Girl, I'm just excited for the ultimate deletion. The deletion next week.
If Senor Benjamin is not part of the deletion, it is an ultimate failure.
Yep. Senor Benjamin's got to make an appearance. And Vanguard won.
If not, then there's no point in the ultimate deletion. Then it's just done for me.
Next question actually comes from Nino Baricus, a actually new fan of the podcast and loyal fan to me and Corporate Cappy. He sent in a question via text. He says, do you think Nikki Cross will ever get her due as women's champion in NXT before her and Sanity get called up to the main roster? Now, I'm just going to go on record and say right now that Nikki Cross has been an absolute breath of fresh air for NXT. She's been one of the crucial points of the women's division for NXT, and literally should be more of a powerhouse than she actually is. It's sad to say I don't think she'll get her chance as for the NXT Championship belt, the Women's Championship belt. I think Shannon Baszler's going to get a big run with it. I don't see Nikki Cross being sort of a competition for her. I mean, it could be a good mismatch, could not be a good mismatch, but to me, I do think that Nikki Cross will get her shot as her first WWE title on the WWE main roster rather than NXT. I think she will be called up with Sanity is what I'm trying to say. So I think she belongs with Sanity. I think if they get called up, they should definitely bring her back up or bring her up with Sanity. And it sucks because I actually would like to see her with the NXT Championship at least once, but I really don't think they're going to go in that direction. So it sucks, and I think she should get more of a push in NXT, but I see her getting called up with Sanity. Getting to the next tweets, Michael Chow at Michael Chow TV, guys. Again, another excellent wrestling podcast. He reviews Raw and SmackDown. Go check him out on Spreaker as well. He puts, thank goodness for NXT. All our builds towards TakeOver is 100% great, while the main roster is about a 50-50. Hashtag dumpster fire. Couldn't agree more. His question, after Shane got beaten up by Owens and Zayn, and if Daniel Bryan doesn't resign with the company, who would you like to see fill in for Shane? My pick would be Paul Heyman. He is a former SmackDown Live GM, and it would give him something to do if Brock leaves after Mania. Ooh, so Heyman is the new commissioner of SmackDown. That'd be sick. If he's got no one to do anything, that'd be all right. I like that. That's a very good one. But as for a replace for Shane, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I like the Paul Heyman idea.
I think Shane's staying. I don't think he's leaving. He's just taking a leave of absence. Doesn't mean he's leaving full.
I thought he officially resigned. Didn't he say this week he officially resigned?
No, he said he was taking a leave of absence. I thought
he said resigned.
No, that's not what I heard.
No. Anyways, his next question: do you think we will get Zelina Vega versus Candice LeRae at Takeover, or maybe a TV taping? Either way, #hotness overload.
Yes, that match would be great between two catty women.
I'd love to see that match.
Yeah,
love me some Candice wrestling.
I love me some Zelina Vega, so there you go.
Oh, there's a war right there.
Oh, Zelina Vega, man. I mean, we're going places. I mean, she used my picture for her tweet, so.
Yeah. And he just tweets out a picture of a red Solo cup. That's right, Street Profits. And lastly, the fans reacting to that Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Shane McMahon SmackDown Live segment. Stop it. Leave him alone. It's the Simpsons. He's already dead. All the kids crying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
I really didn't understand that. Yeah. Like, is it going to be a triple threat or 2-on-1? I don't know what to think of that.
But lastly but not least, last set of tweets comes from Glorious Greg. That's right. It goes to Glorious Greg, and he gets a theme song played right before his tweets because he won our 2017 Twitter Fan of the Year. And if you guys want to win the 2018 Fan of the Year, all you have to do is interact with us on the live chat or on Twitter, and you're automatically entered. And the winner gets picked at the end of the year in our Slammy Awards, and you get to have your own theme song played for each one of your tweets. So, as always, we'll get into Glorious Greg's tweets, and a quick shout-out to him on Twitter, guys. He also has got a Twitch channel if you guys want to go check him out. He does some Fortnite, does some other games. Go check him out on Twitch. He puts, do you think the Street Profits will win the tag team tournament and go on to face the Undisputed Era? I would love it. I would love them for be AOP, and then we'd never see AOP again. But all signs are pointing towards AOP being in the finals once again, unfortunately. But I want to see them win. I'd love to see them win, Glorious Greg. Obviously, they're my pick since day one. Corporate Cappy, I don't know, man. We'll see. What does a corporate man have to say about that match? The AOP versus Street Profits. Would you like to see Street Profits win to go on to face the Undisputed Era? And I have a phone call, Cappy, so I'll let you take that for a second. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. It's true. They'll eventually become Roman's bodyguards. I'm still sticking to that. We're going to have Roman Reigns' security team eventually, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm telling you right now. He also puts, I don't know why, but I can see Tino being a good partner with Big Cass on Raw and being the newest tag team on Raw. He actually has a small little point there. Can you imagine? Picture this, Cap, because I'm thinking it off the top of my head here. Tino Sabatelli gets called up to Raw without Riddick Moss. Tino needs another bodyguard. They can, you know what I mean? Like, he can be that guy behind Tino, and Big Cass needs a gimmick for that, right? I can see Big Cass being that rich kind of bodyguard for Tino Sabatelli, and they had I'd love to see a tag team like that. That's interesting. That's actually a very, very interesting take. Yeah. I mean, they have nothing to do with Big Cass unless they have plans for him, but that'd be cool. Actually, it's a good, interesting tweet there, man.
God, was that ever bad?
Yeah.
That new theme he had. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be great pairing with Tino for sure.
Yeah. God, I think Spreaker has been up and down today. I just switched over to it and I saw your level was going up. Say something.
Hello.
There we go. I don't know what's going on with Spreaker today, and I apologize, anyone listening live or re-listening to this, and there was a lot of cutouts there. I'm not sure what's going on with Spreaker. I couldn't tell you. There's been problems up and down. Maybe I need to update it. I don't know. I'll have to look into it after the show. But getting into Glorious Greg's last tweet. Lastly, if Johnny Gargano wins the unsanctioned match, do you think he'll be reinstated in NXT, or will he move up to 205 Live? 205 Live, I think. I think it's a win or loss if they have an unsanctioned match. I think
For
we're
who?
going to get Gargano. I think we get him again. I think we get him called up to 205 Live. He just bring this big boost and big energy. I think he would draw a lot of eyes towards 205 Live. To be honest,
Yeah, I think it would too. Both of them maybe, but I really hope that they would elevate them at some point, like start them in 205 Live and then work their way up, because those guys both are good enough to be in the main roster, just like Finn Balor.
yeah. I just it's so tough, man. It's so tough. I'd love for him to stick around NXT if they had something else planned for him, and not call him up until Brooklyn time, right? It's tough. It's really, really tough. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for all your tweets. We really do appreciate your tweets and you tuning into the show every single week and tweeting us every single week. We really do appreciate it. We enjoy you sharing it. Again, thank you, Tiffany. Thank you for having me on your show last week and being a co-host and filling in for James, as he's very busy right now with his new job and his new promotion. Good luck to you, James, if you are listening in and are listening back to this. Also, Michael Chow TV, great wrestling podcast, guys. Go check him out. Does Raw and SmackDown reviews. I was also a special guest host this week on the War Report podcast. Guys, go check them out. They're a big sponsor of Wrestle Rumble, and I'm going to do the plugs right now, guys. If you're watching on the screen on YouTube, you can see it up on the screen, WrestleRumble.com. They are fantastic pick'em based Twitter account, and they do awesome pick'em contests. They got a big one with big prizes coming up for WrestleMania. Actually, one of the girls that runs it is one of the hosts on the War Report, Amanda, and who is a fellow Canadian of ours who lives in Toronto, not even an hour away from us. So go check him out on @WrestleRumble on Twitter and WrestleRumble.com. Also, guys, Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand. Go check them out. They're awesome wrestling-based clothing website. They're actually run and CEO'd by a former WWE superstar, Al Snow. www.collarandelbowbrand.com. I heard their sweaters are extremely comfortable, and I have a promo code for you guys to use thanks to JumboRef123 on Twitter. Thank you very much for letting us use your promo code to give out to people. Guys, use Jumbo on checkout, and you can save 10% on your order. And lastly but not least, ExtremeWrestlingShirts.com, guys. They specialize in pro wrestling MMA apparel with over 50,000 shirts, sweatshirts, costumes, DVDs, and pendants in stock. And the best part is, it is free shipping to the U.S. and Canada. Or if you live in the rest of the world, you have to buy 3 items, and the shipping is free. But I guarantee you, once you check out this website, you're going to want to buy more than 1 item. You're going to want to buy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So much stuff, guys. And I can vouch for them. I've bought a lot of T-shirts from this website. Very, very good website. Their products are high-end quality. You don't even pay for shipping. You can pay for expedite. It allows you to do it. But guys, I highly suggest you go check them out. Go check them out, ExtremeWrestlingShirts.com. So that's all I have for today's show, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Tune in for this weekend. We're going to have headlines. Headlines going to be pretty, again, it'll be another busy weekend this weekend, guys. We have St. Patty's Day on Saturday.
Whatever happens with that leaked video thing.
We'll probably have news about it on the Saturday. Friday, I'll try to get one out late. It's probably going to be late Saturday or Friday night because I do have a new corporate job that I just started today, and I work a day shift, so it won't be coming out till later Friday night. And then part 2 will probably be sometime Saturday in the lunchtime, 1 o'clock area. And then Sunday, probably not, because I'll probably be destroyed from St. Patty's Day. And I have a hockey finals that day, so we'll see what happens this weekend. But other than that, guys, that is, I think, it. Do you have anything else to say there, Corporate Cappy?
No, that's it.
That is it. And that is going to wrap it up for the Lowdown Show, episode 94. We are so close to 100 of the Lowdown Show right here on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. Your Canadian wrestling podcast talks about NXT and the WWE and No Holds Barred on anything we say. Pun intended. You can follow the podcast on Twitter, again, at No Holds Barred WP. You can follow myself at Real Kyle Masters. You can follow my co-host at Corporate Cappy on Twitter as well. You can follow us on Instagram, No Holds Barred WP. And if you want to listen to us on the go, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Spreaker is where you can find us. Again, Spreaker is a glorious podcast app available for all Android and Apple devices and is free to download, free to make a profile, and allows you to chat with us live on the air. If you want to watch any video versions of the podcast, youtube.com/NHBWR is where you can find us. Hit that subscribe button, that bell icon for all upload updates. You guys can get 2K content, unboxings, and all video versions of the podcast, and also WWE Headlines, our new show. That's going to wrap it up, guys. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host as always, Kyle Masters, and I'm always joined by my co-host. He's the blissful boss, Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and we're always reminding you to keep it on the Lowdown.
You're looking at the real deal now. Gonna kick your sorry ass out on the street. That what you got? You used to think you owned the street. Well, back to back, and your ass is dead meat. Victory is sweet. Bring it on. Here's a receipt. Bring it on. What you gonna do about it? Bring it on. Is that what you got? Bring it on. And what you gonna do about it? Bring it on. Gonna kick your sorry ass, but what you gonna